Alright, what's up? I'm Charm City 187. Yo, this is my recap for the divisional round of the playoffs. I was 3-1. I should have been, well, I was actually 4-0 because I took San Diego to win, but they were also 9-point underdogs and they lost by 7. So, in reality, if I were to have betted on the game, I would have won. So. But I'm still going to just say I was 3-1 because if I don't, my brother will have a fucking heart attack about it. So, first game I got Seattle at New Orleans. Seattle won 23-15. I mean, Drew Brees just cannot play in the rain. You know, he looked awful, and it probably would have been a whole different. The playoffs would have looked a whole lot different if New Orleans was able to pull out that win in Carolina at the end of the year, but they weren't able to. And Jimmy Graham acting a fool before the game. He got the Seattle defense going, yo. Before the game even started, he had them fired up, yo. He was fighting with them, ripping guys' hats off, and all kinds of shit. All he did was make them want to play better, not get under their skin or get in their head. He had one fucking catch the whole game. You can't talk shit like that and then go out there and lay a dud like that. So what? Drew Brees is 0-6 now in games where it's raining out. And what is he, 1-5 on the road or something in the playoffs or some shit like that? But it's easier to fix your road woes than weather problems, you know. But with that being said, yo, Seattle, they're not looking too good, especially on offense. Defensively, their defense is keeping them in all these games, but offensively, I mean, Marshawn Lynch can only do so much. Russell Wilson hasn't done a goddamn thing since. He hasn't even really done anything this whole season. He might have had like 2 or 3 good weeks all year, but besides that, because I had him on he was my fantasy quarterback at one point. Well, I had him and Stafford. And, I swear to God, Russell Wilson didn't get over 30 points one game, and Stafford was getting me 58, 57, 62, 67. So, I mean, Russell Wilson has had a bad year this year so far. And that's what I see. Most of their offensive production has come from Marshawn Lynch, no one else. So Seattle needs to get their passing game going or something, because 23 points ain't going to win this game coming up against San Francisco. New England crushed Indianapolis. I mean, I said it in my prediction video. Andrew Luck cannot go down 14 points. Well, as I said, 14 or 17 points in the first video, but he can't go down that much and come back against good teams. Yes, they did it against Kansas City, but Kansas City, they had like 5 guys on their defense go out in that game, and then in the end, they just had no one left to defend. And that's why Indy won that game. So yeah, New England beat Indianapolis 43-22. Brady didn't even have to do anything. All he had to do was hand the ball to LeGarrette Blount. He had 4 rushing touchdowns. They had 6 rushing touchdowns total. Yeah, so now New England's going to be facing Denver in the AFC Championship. The other game was San Francisco at Carolina. San Francisco won 23-10. Cam Newton, he looked good the first half. I will give him that. He did look good the first half, but that second, it was either the last drive of the first half or the second to last drive of the first half. You could just tell that he was hurting. He was getting nailed all the whole first half. Every time he left the pocket with the ball, he was getting hit. Even when he was staying in the pocket and throwing it, he was getting hit, and it just took a toll on him. And you could tell he was hurting at halftime, and come out the second half and just threw a dud. He was off. All of his passes were off. He looked slow. They got screwed. I do agree going with it on that 4th and goal from the 1 yard line, but not getting that in screwed them. And then another time they got in the red zone, they had to kick a field goal. That screwed them also. And yeah, their defense played great. It was just at the end of the game they just couldn't get off the field that last time, and that's how it goes. And then Denver beat San Diego 24-17. Everybody's saying the curse for Peyton Manning has ended. It hasn't ended. It wasn't below freezing that game. It was fucking 40 degrees out. It was a little bit windy, but the temperature was above freezing. It was like at the start of the game it was like 38 or 39 degrees, and then in the fourth in between the third and fourth quarter they said it was 35 degrees. So it never got below freezing. So I don't understand why people are saying the curse is done. I mean, it wasn't even that cold. I mean, it was windy, yeah, but and with that being said, he really didn't even look that good. I know I saw him he had 230 yards passing, but I know I saw him throw 1 or 2 interceptions. And I mean, San Diego's defense was terrible, though. I mean, they were Moreno, Monte Ball, and someone else. They were just running it at will on them. They were averaging like 4 or 5 yards a carry. Just San Diego could not stop them. It did get me a little bit. I did start getting a little bit hyped up when they got that onside kickback. But if I were them, I would have instead of kicking that field goal, I would have just tried for the touchdown to try and get it into within 3 points. But they kicked the field goal, and then the defense couldn't get back off the field. And Peyton Manning did it different than he did last year. He didn't run the ball 3 times in a row. He was throwing it. He was like, fuck you, John Fox. We're not going through the same shit as last year. So, it really don't matter because New England is going to bust up Denver next week. Denver's defense is not going to be able to stop LeGarrette Blount and Stephen Ridley and Shane Vereen. So, plus Tom Brady owns Peyton Manning. So, like with Roethlisberger, his ass is in Suggs' kitchen. Peyton Manning's brain is in Tom Brady's refrigerator. Brady's just inside of his head, yo. I don't know why Peyton just can't beat him. So, but yeah, I'm gonna say it's gonna be I do know one thing. Brady is gonna lose his 3rd Super Bowl because I'm pretty sure the Patriots will beat the Broncos, but I don't see the Patriots being able to beat the 49ers or the Seahawks. So, but yep, alright. I'm out. Peace.